I'll call this in, get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL.
What? Seems like
Go ahead, 11K.
11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar, currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units, officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. The suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously. Units to handle code 3 identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
koko ajan. Nyt autot damage.
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down. Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him. No! You gotta get me closer! Look, Cole, the side plate's gone. Get me closer. I think I got a shot here. Get me closer to the driver's cabin. I'll plug Chapman.
Näin.
End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
John dead.
Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
The fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Sellaista.
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? We'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
Okei, se oli vihane. Jee. Tää oli lyhyt case. No okei, tää ei loppunut vielä. Ebin. Saksa vuora saa parrua.
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He is a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Joo. The Third Degree. Tää keissi oli sittenkin tässä. Jee. Se oli lyhyt, kattoo. Jatketaan vielä. Johan noita achievementteja nyt tulee. Varmaan just toi 5 tähteä, koska kaikki kysymykset oikein, kaikki löydetty eikä paljon damagea. Case notes, Chapman takes his motive and any possible ties to Monroe and to the grave. Jep. Aivan. Elikkä me ei nyt saada tietää, oliko sillä mitään yhteyttä sen naamajätkän kanssa, koska se kuoli. Mä yritin ampua sitä jalkaat, jos se selvisi hengissä, mutta ei vittu listi. Keppien talo. California. What the fuck? Ai tää menee nyt Kelson luo.
Mr. Kelso?
That's what the sign on the door says, miss.
What? Pelataanko me nyt Kelsolla vai? What the fuck?
There's no need to come into the office, Miss Lichtman. If you accept the settlement, all you need to do is sign here.
I don't accept the
What do you
settlement.
mean you don't accept? I think you're pushing your luck, lady. This seems to be a ridiculously generous settlement. A $200 policy with a $20,000 payout? You should...
I don't want the money.
What do you mean you don't want the money?
I want you to investigate this case. I feel my friend may have been the victim of foul play.
Okay.
Siis onks tää Kelsokin joku detektiivi? Ei pidä.
There's got to be more in these files.
Sounds like your friend took a hell of a fall. I'm sorry for your loss. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course not.
Siinä just legit, siis me ollaan Kelso. Okei. Terve. Hetkinen. Mehän periaatteessa tiedetään, koska toihan on Phelpsin puolella, joten...
You look as if you might have something on your mind, Mr. Kelso.
What basis do you have for your claim of foul play?
Lou Buckwalter was a craftsman. I don't believe he would have made a roof that would collapse.
Truth.
What are you talking about,
Väärin.
Miss Lichtman? This was an industrial accident.
How do you know that?
Because it says right here in black and white.
Do you believe everything that you read, Mr. Kelso?
You and Buckwalter weren't married?
No.
Then how did you become his beneficiary?
We were family friends.
Doubt.
You expect
Okay.
me to reopen this case because you come in here walking that walk? Well, I'm not buying it. I think you should tell me what the hell is going on.
You really want to know?
Yes.
We were interned together on Ellis Island. Resident alien Germans whose parents had been killed by Nazis. Do you see the irony in that, Mr. Kelso? We spent 4 years there.
So the roof collapsed, accidents happen. What exactly are you trying to achieve here, Miss Lichtman?
Exactly what I said. I want that building thoroughly investigated.
Nyt on truth.
I'm intrigued, Miss Lichtman. I really am. But you're going to have to give me something if you want me to get involved in this.
There is a conspiracy surrounding Elysian Fields and the new houses they are building. I believe your insurance company is involved.
That's pretty heady stuff, Miss Lichtman. Flimsy, but heady.
I've told you what I know, Mr. Kelso. What are you going to do about it?
All right, Miss Lichtman. One final question.
Yes.
What's your address?
Is that usual?
Is there anything usual about this case, Miss Lichtman?
The address is on the letter, Mr. Kelso.
The address, not the phone number.
Dead ass.
Mr. Benson would like to see you in his office, Jack. Upstairs.
Ebin.
Come on, I'll walk you up.
Pelataan Kelsolla. Seems legit. Miksi? Me pelataan Kelsolla. Veikkaisin, koska eri kaupunki. Siellä luki Kalifornia. Jos me ollaan Kaliforniassa, niin ei Phelps tänne pääse, joten me pitäisi selittää tää keissi Kelsolla. En tiedä. Kai tää jotenkin tähän liittyy.
Well, this day was a total
Toi mä
waste
sanoin
of
siinä
makeup.
aikaisemmin, niin nää kaikki viittaa siihen viimeiseen isoon keissiin, joten veikkaan, että tämäkin on jotenkin siihen sitten liittyy.
Mr. Benson, you wanted to see me?
Ah, yes, Jack. I'm just trying out a new putter. I noticed Elsa Lickman in the lobby.
It's the weirdest thing, Mr. Benson.
Call me Curtis, Jack. This is California.
Like I said, Curtis, this is a very strange case.
How so, Jack?
That lady, Elsa Lichtman, is refusing a 20 grand payout.
Elsa Lickman is hardly a lady, Jack. She's a jazz musician. Plays at the Blue Room in Hollywood. She has a fine pair of lungs, now that I think
She's
of
the
it.
beneficiary of this guy, Lou Buckwalter. He was killed in an industrial accident working for Elysian Fields Developments. You know Elysian?
I'm familiar with Leland Monroe. We move in similar circles.
Well, Miss Lichtman is making some pretty serious accusations. She says the case stinks and that
She's a
something
very
happened.
highly strung girl, Jack. Strung out might be a better way to put it.
It's a pretty generous payment, Curtis. I think I should look into it.
Is there anything wrong with the paperwork, Kelso?
No, there isn't, Mr. Benson.
I didn't think so. Pay the case out and get her off our backs.
I can't make her take the money,
Deal
sir.
with it, Jack. Do your fucking job. Do I have to do everything?
No, sir, you don't.
Fine, Jack. Fine. You know I have the greatest confidence in you.
Thanks, Mr. Benson.
Voisi Epi, jos me päästäis kuulustelemaan Phelpsia tässä näin nyt.
What the hell?
Your car, Mr. Kelso.
Joo.
Thanks, kid.
Ja mulla on yksin tässä. Epin. Hold E to skip yorin. Perkele. Kelso! Ah, okei. Täntä tutulta tää paikka. Eiks me silloin oltu täällä yhdessä keississä? Kävästiin täällä ja sitten lähtiin pois. Them ladies.
That's not how my pop taught me to mix it. Someone is cutting corners.
Mikäs tämä on? City's demolition.
Bulldozing and starting again. Leland Monroe, the man with the grin. Looks like he doesn't like to be disappointed.
Man with the green, nimenomaan, se on just se hebo. Seinä. Miks tässä mukaan muuta olla?
Hey! You just can't be walking around down here.
I'm Jack Kelso, from California Fire and Life.
I don't care if you're from the Vatican. Buzz off!
I'm investigating the accidental death of a Lou Buckwalter, and...
You deaf? Do I have to beat on you?
Looks like you do.
Evil.
You're a real asshole.
I came to see the house where Lou Buckwalter died. You were just about to offer to show me the way.
It's out the gate and 3 houses down on the left. Don't know what you're looking for, smart guy. There's nothing there.
Then I'll poke around in the rubble.
Fine. As long as you're out of my